It's interesting. So we moved here, and the same month we moved here, the people that built the house that our parents actually ended up buying fired their painter. And we've been painting forever, had our own company, so it just made sense. We got hired on with them, painted 2 houses. They decided we were too slow, took too long. However, they did like the way we worked in the aftermath, and changed the way their operation worked a little bit with material wise and stuff. But you know, we weren't really as hungry as we are now. And fast forward 2 years later, November, so pretty much exactly 2 years later, this Thanksgiving, we have another opportunity, and we also have a daughter, and we have more of a plan, a vision, and we also have 3.5 years sober. So let's rock and roll. This is hella random. All right, so we just left this meeting. We were talking to a guy about a job, painting job, not the homeowner. He's building a deck for somebody, and he needs a lot of stuff primed. And so anyway, we went up to meet with this guy, and we were chopping it up. He showed me the job, and turned out he lives just right up the street from us, which is, you know, saying something, because this is the largest subdivision, this is the largest community in the entire United States, and he lives less than a block away from us. And so he's off grid too. We're off grid way up there, and we're like, you know, have you run into any problems, theft and all that? And he says, no, never, but I got dogs. He says, I think dogs are the best way to really protect your land and all that. Like, yeah, that's true, even against wild dogs, you know, because there's been some wild dog attacks here. One guy got killed, and there are quite a few of them roaming the Hawaiian Ocean View Estates. Anyway, we're getting on to talking about starting a small business here, and it's about who you know and dependability, getting people to show up. But essentially, you know, I didn't want to take up any more of his time, so I said bye to him, said goodbye to his dogs, or I thought there was only one dog, and you know, so I pet her, I guess, and I asked him as I was leaving, how many dogs you got? I don't want to run one of them over, you know. I think that's what I said, something like that. He says, well, I got 2 dogs too. I said, oh, well, I only have cats, man. I got 2 cats. I don't know what that's about, you know. They were strays. But he says, well, what about these? I said, what? I said, these dogs, aren't these your dogs? He says, no, man. I said, you're messing with me. He says, no, I thought they just jumped out of your truck. I said, what? Really? And I just cracked up, dude. He's like, one of them's over here licking my leg, and like, what the hell? I said, dude, these are not my dogs, man. Like, only an Ocean View with that. So get out of here, you know, get out of here. And I drove off. But how? Yeah. Weird, man. Like, if I ever needed more proof that I actually am the star of my own play, we bought this house a little while back, and the address we didn't even realize until later was 4792. My pops was born in 47. I was born in 92. Now, coincidentally, every house around the county that I moved to here starts with 92. Everywhere I go, if I want to get the premium gas, well, we tap 92. I'm reading Stephen King, The Dark Tower. It's all about this life force, like, of the universe that guides everyone. It's called Ka-Tet, K-A. Well, that's me, K-A. It gets even deeper. Every time I play poker, I look at the deck, and if I get the 2 highest possible cards, a king and an ace, spells my initials. Yeah, I think the universe has definitely chose me to play this part. Hey, why it is Damn Cam here. Still December 1st, getting ready for bed, reading the Just For Today. And it kind of tripped us out, as it usually does, but it's not quite this precise all the time. December 1st, just for today's day, life's rewards. We begin to pray only for God's will for us. That way we get only what we're capable of handling. The basic text, page 49. Imagine what might happen if God gave us everything, excuse us, Like we said, it's late. Imagine what might happen if God gave us everything we wanted. A fabulous new car, straight A's, a triple salary raise. All ours, without effort, just for the asking. Now imagine the problems that come along with unearned riches, new luxury cars, and unmerited scholastic recognition. What would we do with a huge salary raise that had been granted for no reason? How would we handle our new financial responsibilities? How would we live up to that raise? Could we ever make it appear that we deserve such pay when we know we don't? What about that fantastic new car? Most come with expensive insurance premiums and hefty maintenance costs. Are we prepared to care for what we've asked for? Academic honors? Could we perform like A students after we've been given high marks we hadn't earned? What would we do if we were exposed as frauds? When we talk to God, we need to remember we live in the real world. We earn rewards and learn to handle them as we do, confining our prayers to requests for knowledge of God's will. The power to carry that out and the ability to live with the consequences will ensure that we get no more than we can handle. Just for today, we will pray only for knowledge of God's will and the power to carry that out in the real world. End quote. And that's page 351. Yeah. What a trip. So we had a sponsor. It was a millionaire. He probably still is a millionaire. He wasn't a millionaire when he became our sponsor. He was close. And he didn't boast about it too much. We were close enough that finances came up, and we would work the Narcotics Anonymous program. And we would do some steps together, and that cat helped me out quite a bit. And he would say, are you ready? Are you ready for success? Are you ready for that success? What would you do? What would you do if tomorrow you blew up? How would you handle that? What would that look like? He was the one that really helped us to come to the realization that we weren't just afraid of failing. We were also afraid of succeeding. Now, it was prior to our getting together with our son's mother that this man became our sponsor. And he was our sponsor throughout most of that time, at least the early part, until we did relapse. We're talking back in 2018. And in 2018, how do we put this? I mean, essentially, part of us had to die. And burning off dead wood is never easy, especially if you come to realize that you're like 90% dead wood. There's nothing left but a shell of who you were. Not even a shell, it's more just like the backbone of the essence of who you were. And we didn't want to ask ourselves, seriously, who we were. What is it that we say that's not true? What could we do that we're not doing that if we did on a regular basis, we would be in a completely different place 1 year from now? These are fundamental questions, and interestingly, another person came into our life at about the same time. A couple years later, we were waiting for the birth of our son. So this was the summer of 2020, the summer of love. At least for our generation, they had 69, we got 2020. And, well, in August, it did become the summer of love, or the summer of music, really. And music is love. So the summer of music, when our son was born, and we're out there mowing the lawn at the Oxford house we're staying at. We were sleeping on the couch. We had 8 roommates. We were waiting for a room to open up, and so we were only paying $100 a month just to sleep on the couch. Came with, utilities, some basic amenities. It's like a recovery house. So it really helped us to transition from rehab, inpatient rehab, which we were all too familiar with over the years, into a more stable living environment that provided for our basic needs and also allowed us to build a connection up on the north part of the island where we were not from. We're south side all the way. In fact, on this new island where we are, the IOB, we are also south side. So it's funny how that works. Something about the South has always called us. Says the guy who was born and raised in the Pacific Northwest. South side of the island in the Northwest, though. Back to the story. So essentially, Dr. Jordan Peterson came on our headphones when we were out there mowing that lawn along the highway, right along the highway. 525 goes up and down from Oak Harbor to Clinton, and Whidbey Island is the longest island in the continental U.S. It's actually the largest island in the continental U.S. as well, and we say continental because we are now currently living on the largest island in the entire U.S. That is Hawaii, from Whidbey to Hawaii. We call it Weirdbey Island, for we've got many a story that would probably blow some minds and maybe cause some tail feathers to ruffle. However, we will leave it with this, with a combination of clarity from sobriety, a program that we worked that pretty much makes up our recovery program, hitting meetings and surrounding ourselves with people that were ahead of where we were in the program was integral in that first year. And additionally, we've never had this long-term sobriety thing. 3.5 years seems surreal sometimes. So it's possible. And not only is it possible, ours is unconventional. If you've tried, like us, every damn way that you can to stop using hard drugs or to just not give in to your active addiction, we believe it is a disease. And this disease specifically is a spiritual illness. Like many mental health problems, most are spiritual illnesses. And that's not to say that mental health issues don't exist, but it is to say that it, in likelihood, was misdiagnosed. That's just from our personal experience, as well as interacting with over 800 other addicts over the course of our life for more than 30 days. So we basically roomed. We were roommates, housemates, sharing meals with over 800 people with the disease of addiction over the years. And that was for more than 30 days at a time. It's more than 800 if we count just a, day here or a week there, but 30-day periods. So we learned a thing or two. Recovery is discovery. That's what we learned, and we continue to discover as we recover. What's an unconventional recovery program? Well, hit us up. Check out Recovery is Discovery is Recovery over at DaamnTalk. You'll find DaamnTalk over at thatdaamtalkspot.locals.com. DAAMN, thatdaamtalkspot.locals.com. Episodic dialectic podcast coming soon. We actually just shot the first unofficial interview with an ambassador the other day. What the damn are we talking about? Well, visit the community, become a member, say what up, check it out. And we'd love to sit down and chop it up with you as well. Continue the damn talk. All right, damn Kim. Good night.